Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shot there from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And sit down was inspired by the movie No Time to Kill. It was the latest James Bond flick. It probably came out maybe a year ago, if that. Uh, but as I was flying home from Portugal, I was watching this movie, and there was a scene towards the end of the movie where the dude 007, who was a woman, I believe her character's name was Nomi. She was going through trying to find the scientist that was helping the main villain make this disease, okay, that killed off specific genders and ethnicities and bloodlines. You know, they made this new virus that could do all this stuff. And so it was this point in the movie where she was supposed to find the scientist, acquire him, capture him, and get him off the island to bring him to justice. So as they're escaping, as Nomi was with the scientist trying to get off the island, the scientist went on this mad tirade. And he was saying to Nomi that, you know what? I got a vow specifically made for your people. All right? All your people of the West African diaspora. All right? I got a vow that could completely wipe off your people, your group of people. And he was very specific when he said it. And I had to look at it and listen to it like 3 or 4 times, like, holy shit, did I really hear this? And sure enough, that's what the scientist was saying. He told him, I have a specific vow. He's like, I got a vow for your people. I got a vow specifically for your people of the West African diaspora. All right, I have a vow that could completely wipe out your entire people. All right. And I was just like, holy shit, because it all goes back to a lot of sit downs that I do, and a lot of sit downs that brothers across the world put out when we tell you that these people in Hollywood, they know the truth. You cannot work in Hollywood and not know the Bible, because if you're not in the truth, something like that just goes completely over your head. But basically what the scientist was telling Nomi, the new 007 in the movie, was that basically I got a vow to wipe out all you Israelites. Because we all know, especially when you read the book From Babylon to Timbuktu, it tells you that during the time of the siege, okay, around 70 AD, over 2 million Israelites fled into the west coast of Africa. All right. This is why when you look at old maps, all right, you have places like in Benin. You have a place in Benin. It's called Fort Ouida, and Ouida is French for Judah. All right. So this lets you know that there were there were Israelites in Africa, particularly the West Coast. When you look at an old map, all right, it'll let you know that in Africa, there was a big place called Negro land. See, this is stuff you're not going to learn in school. So when this guy the scientist made this statement about being able to kill off all Nomi's people, specifically them of the West African diaspora, he was basically saying, I got a vow that could kill all you Israelites. As we said, these people know that Israelites are scattered everywhere and we are not Africans. And so we're going to get some scripture on that. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 28 and let's see. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And it says, and Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people. Yes, that even includes the Hamites. Okay. And that the Hamites are who you call Africans today, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So this was a curse that Israel will fall under if they continue to disobey Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which they did. And the people in the movies, they know of this. That's why he didn't say all Africans. He said those of the West African diaspora, because he knows, especially bad Uncle Esau, he knows that Israelites and Hamites are not the same. Okay, when you read the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary and you read the definition of Ham, let me see if I can even bring that up. Hold on for one moment. Let me see if I can bring that up. Yeah, here it is. It says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor, all right, the forefather genealogy line of the dark races, the African people, not the Negros, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites, who are Africans. Okay? And the scripture even tells you that when you go into the Bible, when you look at the book of Exodus, I believe no, it's not in Exodus, but it's another one. Yeah, it is in Exodus. It just wasn't in the first chapter. Exodus 11 and 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yahweh doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. There's a difference between Hamites and Israelites. And we're going to go to Exodus, the first chapter, and get 1 or 2 more precepts. Exodus 1 and 19. And it says, and the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered there. The midwives come into, and delivered the midwives come into them. All right. So this is also letting you know there is a difference between Israelites and Hamites. We're going to go to Exodus, the second chapter, and we're going to start at the 5th verse. And it says, and the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee?" All right. These scriptures clearly tell you that Israelites are not Hamites. And Bad Uncle Esau knows this. These people who are in Hollywood know this fact. They know that everybody who has dark hair, sometimes woolly, sometimes a little curly, all right, with big nose and big lips and big eyes, are not all the same people. That's why, once again, in that movie, he was very specific about when he told Nomi that I have a vow, especially for your people of the West African diaspora. And when you read about the West African diaspora, it talks about how these Israelites were scattered all across the world, and particularly over in Africa. In this example of the story, these books tell you about the diaspora, where we were scattered and displaced everywhere. It was just something that, as I was watching the movie, as I said, it was a great movie within itself, minus the whole, woke, women is power, all that madness. But despite that, it was a great and entertaining movie. But just when that part came on, I just really snapped out of the kind of looking at it for entertainment purposes, and just really looking at it, at least that moment in time, from a spiritual sense, because I was trying to let my mind relax on the plane because I was tired. But when I saw that, the spirit immediately jumped on me, and you know what? I'm kicking myself because the spirit told me, take out your phone and take a picture of it, so it'll be a better visual for the sit down. And I didn't, but nonetheless, that was the gist of the whole scene. That comment that the scientists made was about Israelites. And it's funny because what do you have Bad Uncle Esau trying to do in real life? Kill Jake with different diseases. Okay? First and foremost, with AIDS. All right, you look into the book Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. He specifically speaks about the conception of this disease, and that how when they let loose this disease, all right, they want to target poor people, the rainbow folks, and especially you Israelites, first and foremost, spearheading the main targets, I should say. The main targets out of the nation of Israel are you so-called black people, you so-called Negros. These folks know the truth, and these folks know what they're doing. As it says in Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We know that this devil puts the truth in his movies. We all know that he operates under the guise of real life imitating art and art imitating real life. And it's one of those things that we have to be very thankful that the Lord gave us the truth, that even when we watch things for, I guess, entertainment and folly, that even in such a state, the Lord still puts the Spirit on us to be able to pick up things like that and just be able to come out and, Lord willing, do an edifying sit down to, edify the flock. So that's all I wanted to say on this. I hope you all were uh, edified and well informed. And until next time, we're going to say shalom.